names of 6 of the best power players.
Oh yeah! Coming at ya! You gotta think the 90s NBA had the best nicknames and marketing campaigns. Prove me wrong, dude. You may be thinking of Clyde the Glide or the Mailman Malone or maybe Gary Payton the Glove. The best one of them all was the old lady from Vegas, Grandmama. Larry Johnson, coming off a superstar and champion year in 1990 with the UNLV Rebels, was grabbed up by Converse when he entered the NBA with the Hornets in 91. The two-time All-American and 1992 NBA Rookie of the Year transformed into the grandma we all wish we had. In 1991, the Bulls just won their first NBA championship and Air Jordan shoes were flying high. Nike wasn't interested in signing Larry Johnson to a shoe deal. Nike execs told Johnson he was too short at 6'7" to play power forward in the NBA and wouldn't be successful. Johnson went on to moderate success in the NBA with 2 All-Star selections, won a gold medal with Dream Team 2 at the 94 World Championship, and an NBA Finals appearance in 1999 with the Knicks. I'm not sure if LJ ever reached the popularity height that Grandmama hit. Upon entering the NBA, Converse told Larry they had a great idea for a commercial, a Frankenstein gag. Dr. Frankenstein! Creating the perfect player. Now imagine LJ on a gurney, surrounded by Larry Bird and Magic Johnson as 2 Dr. Frankensteins. After Larry and Magic put together their creation, the two would try and name the creation. It's gotta be Larry. It's gotta be Johnson. Back and forth. Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson. LJ then raises up on the gurney and the perfect player is revealed. It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! Johnson loved the concept and signed the $1 million contract for it. 6 months goes by, Converse is finally ready to shoot the commercial. Hey Larry, change of plans. No more gurney, no more Magic, no more Bird. Here's your dress and wig. Larry had already spent the $1 million on a house for his mom and was obligated to do the commercial. You know it, Grandmama and the commercials had nothing to do with basketball other than Grandmama dunking, but it worked. And Converse created one of the most memorable marketing campaigns of the 90s and of all time for the NBA. There is only one man in basketball that had more nicknames than Charles Wade Barkley. I'm not sure you can even document all the aliases that Shaquille O'Neal racked up.
I am Kazam!
Barkley had a flair on and off the court that garnered his names. The first one that really stuck was Round Mound of Rebound. Even during his time playing at the University of Auburn, Chuck struggled to control his weight. Barkley still excelled at getting up to grab rebounds and block shots. The fans enjoyed seeing a large dude doing the athletic stuff that Barkley did. He'd get a board, and instead of passing it off to a guard, he'd go end to end, finishing with a dunk. Because of his presence in the key and his defensive ability, Barkley played center at Auburn. Sir Charles' height officially shows 6'6", but Barkley himself reports he's only 6'4". How does an overweight 6'4" dude rack up over 12,000 rebounds in an NBA career? Barkley became the shortest player in history to lead the league in rebounds in '86 with 994 boards. He was also one heavy-ass mound, as his weight bounced between 252 and 284. The Mound's other nicknames include Leaning Tower of Pizza, Pillsbury Doughboy, the Human Refrigerator, the Flying Coke Machine, the Crisco Kid, and Boy Gorge. Shaq's nicknames aren't much better, just more numerous. People love an intense player, someone on the court or field that gives it all, not just physically but emotionally as well. I love talking about Tyler Hansbrough. He may have appeared to step over the line many times with his emotional overpresence on the court. He had a ferocity that conjured up the nickname Psycho T. Hansbrough let loose with his facial expressions of anger, disgust, pain, and excitement. Tyler's trainer at North Carolina gave him the nickname after hearing his primal scream during a workout. Jonas Saratian said it sounded like Hansbrough had a 2x4 with nails in and he was hitting himself on the head with the spiked board. Psycho T would let out a yell that made people think he was banging his head against the lockers before coming out on the court. When Psycho T got on the court, he played with little regard for his body. He literally did things that few other guys would do, even if it meant physical harm to himself. Hansbrough would play the game with some physicality and then BAM! Transform from Jekyll to Hyde. He may be one step below
Hulk smash.
I'm thinking Psycho equity is warranted, except when you see the clip of Hansbrough being stared down by none other than the Leviathan himself, Ron Artest. It's rare when a nickname speaks to the ills of a player's lifestyle off the court. Lamar Odom's nickname, the Candyman, was an insight into his food choices and addictions. It was a commentary on how a world-class athlete's freedom of choice led to his ultimate fall from grace and near death. Odom played on the Lakers championship teams in 2009 and 2010. He was the NBA sixth man in 2011. Off the court, the Candyman was as jovial as a sweet taste. He was a positive and uplifting influence in the locker room. He was well known for always being loaded with candy, cookies, and anything else sugary.
Guess I'm gonna have to eat candy for breakfast.
A man, even a man that was nearly 7 feet tall, could have a sugar addiction. He joked about playing his best games when he only had candy for breakfast. The Lakers are well known for having wealthy fans. During the time that Odom played on the Lakers, famed psychiatrist, neuroscientist, and brain imaging specialist Dr. Daniel Amen wrote to the Lakers asking Odom to reconsider the damage his bizarre diet might be doing to his brain and other organs.
And I've gotten several emails and comments and texts from doctors who want to tell me that, sugar blues are one of the toughest things to fight.
Dr. Amen even suggested that the Lakers employ a brain coach to improve the team's brain health. Aside from the sugar highs and lows caused by massive insulin imbalance, people who eat too much sugar can become diabetic, which can lead to dwindling mental capabilities. They are at risk for depression and other cognitive impairments, such as memory loss and dementia. Odom's life was filled with personal losses that he struggled to cope with. His father was a heroin addict and wasn't in his life because of the addiction. Lamar's mother died of colon cancer when he was only 12 years old. His grandmother then raised him until her death in 2003 when Odom was 20. Just after entering the NBA, both people that Lamar leaned on were gone, and the hurt didn't stop. In 2006, Odom's infant son died from SIDS. Then, 2011 saw a close cousin murdered, and the very next day, Lamar was riding as a passenger in an SUV that hit and killed a cyclist. Odom's sugar addiction shared time with a drug addiction. After racking up numerous losses, Odom began using cocaine at age 24 to cope. The usage only grew over the years. In 2015, the Candyman was found unconscious in a Nevada brothel from a drug overdose and other medical issues. He spent 4 days in a coma and never returned to professional basketball. Dr. Amen may have been right, at least partially, that Odom's sugar diet could be damaging his brain. From reading interviews with Lamar, it appears that he has many regrets and wishes he had found healthier ways to deal with the losses. If Odom's life had gone a different path, what nickname would Lamar have earned? I'm thinking the Snake would have been proper, with Odom slithering his lanky body through defenses. Ken Stabler, give him the damn nickname! Chocolate Thunder!
Chocolate rain.
Is not the name of an exciting fondue party or a water slide with chocolate milk. It was the nickname of Darryl Dawkins, a man who averaged 32 points and 21 rebounds in high school and teamed up with the Harlem Globetrotters in 94 and 95. From what I can find, there is not much info on the origin of Chocolate Thunder. Allegedly, Stevie Wonder gave the nickname to Dawkins. In 1979, Dawkins broke the backboard twice during the season. He threw down thunderous dunks. Dawkins caused a commotion in the 70s and 80s for his power. The NBA, in response, created breakaway rims because of Dawkins, and later changed backboards again after Shaquille O'Neal kept shattering glass. Dawkins actually gave names to his dunks. I'm loving it. His first glass-shattering slam received the short title of the Chocolate Thunder Flying, Robazine crying, teeth-shaking, glass-breaking, rump-roasting, bun-toasting, wham, bam, glass-breaker, I am jam. He named other dunks as well. The Rim Wrecker, the Gorilla, the Lookout Below, the In-Your-Face Disgrace, the Cover Your Head, Yo Mama, Spine Chiller Supreme, and the Greyhound Special, for the rare occasions when he went coast to coast. What nickname do you get when you play in 97% of all regular season games in a 20-year career, and then score 20-plus points per game in 17 of those 20 NBA seasons, including 12 2,000-point seasons and 9 consecutive double-double seasons? Maybe Iron Man, or Mr. Dependable, or number 2 scorer of all time, and the best power forward in the history of the NBA.
Karl Malone is perhaps the greatest power forward in NBA history.
And what about the NBA's all-time assist leader and the best player without a nickname, John Stockton? Malone's longtime reliability was in tremendous part because of Stockton's playmaking prowess. Stockton to Malone is not just the name of a car dealership. It is the most synergistic and best duo in NBA history. Pippen and Jordan, blah. Kobe and Shaq, blah. Steph and Clay, blah, blah, blah. The Mailman alias was granted because Karl delivered every game, no matter the odds. Just as a U.S. postal carrier delivers every weekday, no matter the weather, except if you have your car parked too close to the mailbox. Blah. A Louisiana Tech sports writer watched Karl Malone as a Bulldog play and deliver every game throughout his 3 years in Ruston, Louisiana. While at Louisiana Tech, Malone was dubbed the Mailman. Despite Malone and the Utah Jazz losing to the Chicago Bulls in the 97 and 98 finals, Malone carried the Jazz to 19 consecutive playoff seasons, including 5 Western Conference finals. As a Jazz fan, it's hard not to forget the times that Malone was on the foul line for crucial end-of-game free throws and missed, ending with bitter Jazz losses. And you can hear the sadness in my voice. In Game 1 of the 97 NBA Finals between the Jazz and Bulls, Pippen found a great way to get in Malone's head. The game was played on a Sunday. What's not delivered on Sunday? The mail, Scotty told Karl.
It's kind of whispered in his ear that the mailman doesn't deliver on Sunday.
And then Malone missed the free throws in the closing moments of a close game, and the Jazz lost. Mailman Malone carried the Utah Jazz for 19 seasons, and he finished up his NBA career with the most free throws in NBA history with 9,787. Just as a mailman drives up to your mailbox and delivers the letter, Malone would drive the lane and deliver the ball. Easy peasy nickname.
And there's 6 nicknames of power players in the NBA. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there's other power player nicknames that you want me to include in future videos, comment below. Let's keep this going.